Hello and welcome to Man's Model Moments. Today I'm going to be looking at ICM's World War II RAF Bomber and Torpedo pilots in 1/48 scale. These were sent to me by ICM as a review sample and come in their usual glossy outer with sturdy flip-top upper box. Inside is a single bagged sprue along with a couple of glossy pieces of literature. One of these is the standard ICM paint leaflet and colour guide, the other is the instruction sheet. I say instructions, but in reality there is a guide to the sprue showing all the parts and their layout, an ICM paint reference section, and then on the flip side is a full colour painting guide for the figures, so no actual construction guide is given, but as we'll see shortly, one's not really needed. The single frame contains all the parts, cast in ICM's familiar mid-grey plastic. There's not much more to say about that without looking closer, so let's dive in. Most of the 5 figures are very finely cast in 6 parts, and as I hope you can see here, contain some incredible detail as shown from the size of my scalpel here for scale. Folds on the clothes, detail of the face, and even things like the cap badges are what you see from the best producers of 1/35 scale figures, never mind about 1/48 scale. Each of them is very well sculpted and have their own individuality, so it's not like they're clones or copy-pasted. Most reside in their own corner of the frame, with the exception of the figure carrying his parachute, whose parts lie across the centre line. In any case, each is easy to isolate to keep their parts separate until needed. Some cleanup is needed to remove a small seam line from the injection mould, but this is made easy by the softer nature of ICM's plastic and the fact it's not very pronounced. Cleanup does take a while, however, purely because of the total number of parts, and that the figures are so detailed that any seams will be really obvious. Still, it's not a difficult task, and when you have all the parts cleaned up, assembly is a simple and painless process. ICM's plastic reacts really well to Tamiya Extra Thin, and the parts are all made so that the figures only fit together one way, which is why there are no instructions needed. As you can see, the main challenge is to ensure your assembly precision is as good as the moulding, but the nature of the plastic and the way the figures are moulded makes the assembly pretty rapid, with most of the time being making sure of alignment of the parts as each is added. I found making these figures really satisfying, and I think it's because unlike most model kits, you get to see the fruits of your labour almost immediately. I think you can agree the end result looks pretty impressive. I'm including a full build-up of each of these figures so you can see that each of them is similar in ease of build, though I'll speed this up to around 8 times normal so you're not waiting around too long. I especially like this chap with his cap, logbook and smart but casual hand in a pocket pose. Very RAF. As I said before, each of them does seem to have their own personality, and the sculptor is obviously quite talented to capture that in very natural and characterful poses, not a particularly easy thing to do. The last figure, this semi-kneeling ground crew member, I can imagine being used in all sorts of dioramas. Here's the completed lineup, ready for painting, which is where they'll really come alive and also probably be the most challenging aspect for most modelers. To give you a better look at them, I've temporarily mounted them on bases to take these 360-degree views. I'm really impressed with this set, which you can pick up for just over £10 in the UK, which at £2 a figure I think is a bit of a steal, and I'm looking forward to more of these sets in future. Most people don't put pilot figures inside aircraft for display, but this is an ideal way to bring a bit of life into a parked aircraft, and being 1/48th, they'll have a large potential use, since there are a lot of light bombers used by the RAF. The Blenheim, Mosquito, Beaufort and Beaufighter are just a few that are all represented well in this scale. Now it remains for me to thank ICM for sending me this set for review, but I haven't received any of the payments, all the views expressed are my own, and I'm under no obligation to say anything nice here. With that, I'll give another heartfelt thank you to all of my wonderful patrons, the newest of which is John Alex Scale Modelling. Check his channel out if you haven't already, as he's a really nice chap and makes some lovely models. That's all for this instalment of Man's Model Moments. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel for more like it, and share this video with others you think would also enjoy it. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and if you're feeling generous then I also have a Patreon, which is absolutely the best way of helping me to grow the channel and produce more content like this. With that, I hope you have plenty of modelling moments of your own, and I look forward to welcoming you on the next video.